Every day, something is fighting for your mind. Not your body, not your money, not even your time, your attention. Before your mind is fully awake, the world is already inside it. Messages, notifications, videos, headlines, arguments, noise. You think you are choosing what to look at, but most of the time, something else has already chosen the first thought for you. And that is where the trap begins. Because the modern world does not need to break a man anymore. It only needs to distract him. A distracted man does not need enemies. He defeats himself quietly. 1 hour disappears, then a night, then a week, then one day. He looks at his life and wonders why nothing changed. But something did change. His mind became easier to enter, easier to steer, easier to sell to, easier to provoke. Not because he was weak, because his attention no longer fully belonged to him. This is the quiet war nobody sees. Not fought with swords, not fought with armies, fought through interruption, stimulation, comfort, escape. And the most dangerous part is this. Most people do not feel attacked. They feel entertained. That is why distraction is so powerful. It does not arrive like an enemy. It arrives like relief. A quick scroll, a short video, one more message, one more small escape. Nothing dramatic, nothing violent, nothing that feels like surrender. But surrender rarely announces itself. Sometimes it arrives as just 5 minutes, and 5 minutes becomes 30. 30 becomes a night becomes a habit becomes a version of you that never had enough silence to hear itself think. Most people believe distraction is a small weakness. They are wrong. Distraction is not the opposite of productivity. It is the opposite of self-rule. Because a distracted man is not simply wasting time, he is losing command. He starts reacting before thinking, consuming before choosing, comparing before understanding, escaping before confronting, and slowly, his own life becomes background noise. The old empires needed prisons, walls, chains, guards, locked gates. The new empire needs less. It only needs to keep your mind moving fast enough that you never ask where it is going. This is the first dark truth. You are not only distracted because you lack discipline. You are distracted because distraction has become an industry. Your boredom has value. Your anger has value. Your insecurity has value. Your attention can be measured, packaged, sold, and redirected. Every time silence becomes unbearable, someone profits. Every time you reach for noise instead of thought, someone profits. Every time you forget your own goals inside someone else's world, someone profits. So here is the brutal question. If your attention is valuable to everyone else, why do you treat it like it is cheap? This is not just entertainment. It is training. What you watch trains you. What you envy trains you. What you rage against trains you. What you return to when you are tired trains you most of all. And if you do not choose the training, someone else will. This is why scattered people become predictable. Show them outrage, they become angry. Show them pleasure, they reach. Show them comparison, they feel behind. Show them fear, they obey. A man who can be pulled by everything can be steered by anyone. Marcus Aurelius understood this. He ruled Rome, but Rome also tried to rule him. Not with chains, with demands, praise, fear, politics, war, flattery, anger, the endless noise of an empire asking for his mind. He could command armies, but that did not mean he automatically commanded himself. External power does not protect a man from inner chaos. So Marcus returned to himself again and again. The real battle was not only outside the palace, it was inside attention, inside judgment, inside the moment before reaction, inside the choice to do what was necessary instead of what was stimulating. That is why the focused man becomes rare. He does not chase every sound. He does not enter every argument. He does not confuse stimulation with meaning. He chooses, and in a world built to interrupt him, choice becomes rebellion. So look carefully at what entertains you. Some of it is harmless, some of it is useful, but some of it is a leash pretending to be a gift. And the man who never questions the leash will eventually call it freedom. The first step is not deleting everything. It is seeing clearly. Because a man cannot guard what he refuses to admit is open. So ask the uncomfortable question: what owns the first hour of your day? Not what you say matters. What actually enters first? Your own thoughts or the world's noise? Your own plan or someone else's signal? Your own direction or a machine waiting beside your bed? The morning is not small. The morning is the first command, and many men lose command before they even stand up. This is why attention must be treated like territory, not because every distraction is evil, but because everything that enters you repeatedly begins to shape you. A mind filled with chaos becomes chaotic. A mind filled with outrage becomes reactive. A mind filled with comparison becomes restless. A mind filled with noise becomes afraid of silence. And a man who fears silence will always search for something to obey. That is the second dark truth. Most men do not escape into distraction because they enjoy it. They escape because silence reveals what they have been avoiding: the unfinished work, the weak promise, the uncomfortable goal, the body they said they would build, the life they said they would change. Noise protects them from the truth, but only for a moment. Then the moment ends, and the truth is still there. Only now, more time is gone. This is why focus feels painful at first, not because focus is unnatural, because distraction has made depth unfamiliar. One task feels heavy, one page feels slow, one quiet hour feels strange. But that strange feeling is not failure, it is withdrawal. The mind is learning again how to belong to itself. And this is where most people quit. They expect focus to feel powerful immediately. It does not. At first, focus feels like losing comfort. Later, it becomes strength. The wolf does not survive because he runs at every sound. He survives because he can stay still. Stillness is not weakness. Stillness is aim. A distracted animal reacts. A hunting animal observes. Reaction spends energy. Observation gathers it. And this is why the quiet wolf withdraws, not to escape life, but to recover command. There are moments when a man must become difficult to reach, unavailable to noise, unavailable to cheap arguments, unavailable to fake urgency, unavailable to everything that wants access to his mind without earning it. This is not isolation, it is selection. So the real question is not, how do I focus more? That question is too soft. The real question is, what must lose access to me? That is where control begins. Not with a dramatic transformation, not with a perfect routine, with one refusal. Not now, then another. Not this, then another. Not today. Small refusals become borders. Borders become discipline. Discipline becomes identity. And identity becomes harder to break. This is how a man becomes less divided. He does not become powerful by adding more noise, more goals, more opinions, more borrowed desires. He becomes powerful by removing what weakens the signal. The focused man is not empty. He is clear. He knows what matters enough to protect it: his body, his work, his family, his craft, his peace, his future, his word to himself. And because he protects these things, he becomes dangerous in a quiet way. Not because he threatens people, because he is harder to sell to, harder to provoke, harder to shame, harder to use. A man who owns his attention cannot be easily rented by the world. That is why focus is not productivity. Productivity is only the surface. The deeper word is sovereignty, self-rule, the ability to decide where your mind goes and keep it there when everything is designed to pull it away. Nobody sees the notification you ignored. Nobody sees the argument you refused. Nobody sees the hour you protected, but you see it, and something inside you begins to change. You stop trusting every impulse. You stop mistaking urgency for importance. You stop letting boredom command you. You stop giving your best energy to things that give nothing back. Then one day, you notice something strange. The world is still loud, but you are not as easy to reach. The noise still calls, but you do not always answer. The screen still glows, but it no longer feels like a master. That is not perfection. That is command returning. The world does not need to destroy a man who cannot focus. It only needs to entertain him while his future disappears. And that is why the wolf chooses silence. Not as an aesthetic, not as a performance, not as a mask, but as protection. He does not chase every sound. He does not follow every light. He does not answer every call. He watches, he waits, he chooses. Because the hunted mind belongs to the world, but the focused mind belongs to itself. The quiet wolf. Observe carefully.